What's up, YouTube fam? It's your girl, Gabby Speaks. First of all, I just want to say it has been a mad long time, and it's like I've been missing y'all like crazy. I have been thinking about y'all, and I just want to appreciate you all. Say I appreciate you all, just for being a subscriber to my YouTube channel. Shout out to all my A1s because y'all have been rocking with me since day one, and I have really been appreciative of all your support and love and everything. I just want to say, even to the people that come across my channel, and you may not be subscribed to my channel, and that's okay. It is my hope and prayer, though, that I am able to say something to encourage you and lift you up. My channel is all about positivity. Any way that I can help people, I try to help everybody. So it has been a really long time, since I have posted anything. I want to say it's been like 3 months at the very least. And I feel like we have a lot to catch up on. But I will say that one of the biggest reasons why I have been away for so long is because I have been dealing with, some health challenges. And I want to focus on one particular disease that people may not be aware of. Some people may not heard of it, because when I see people in person and I tell people what I'm dealing with, they're clueless. They don't really know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share with you what I have been diagnosed with back in May of this year. I think it was May. And I was having like pain, like severe, sharp pain on the left side of my face. So it radiates from my jaw area, like around my teeth area, and it reaches like to my temple. And I had been dealing with it off and on since I was in college. So I've been out of college for over 7 years now. So I've been dealing with it for that long, but it's like the pain was not consistent. It wasn't like a day to day or month to month, year to year type thing. I would have flare ups like every now and then. It could be like a flare up in 2014, and then I'd be straight, and then 2016 the pain come, then it leave like for after a few months, and then it would come back, and it came back this year. So this year has been like the worst pain, the worst flare up ever. And I thought it was like sinus issues, because I actually had a dentist or somebody tell me that it was probably because my sinus cavity was like too large or something. And they told me to take some sinus medicine. That didn't work. And I was like, I got to do something, because the pain was so severe that it would be painful to eat. It would be painful to smile. It's painful to brush my teeth. It's painful even when I sneeze. Just the smallest things that you wouldn't think would be painful, it was painful. And it puts a damper on your life, because it's like I couldn't do the smallest things. So I went to a new doctor, and I told him my symptoms, and he was like, it sounds like you have trigeminal neuralgia. So that is spelled Trimengial, and neuralgia is Neuralgia, I think. Trigeminal neuralgia. So just Google it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So he referred me to a neurologist, right? Because if you think about it, these are nerves. I think it's called neuralgia nerves. They're connected to my brain. So I did go to the neurologist, and they wanted to do an MRI on me, and which they did. And thankfully they didn't see anything, right? But based on the symptoms that I was telling the neurologist, and the time frame, you know, he was like, yeah, that's got to be trigeminal neuralgia. And what if I can just like tell you what it is, I'm not a doctor, but I will say that trigeminal neuralgia is a very rare disease, and it affects mostly older adults. So you don't really hear about somebody my age, you know, being diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia, because it's a very rare disease and it doesn't affect people in my generation. But what it is like, usually people can get it if they have some type of facial trauma. So this could be, you know, somebody getting hit in the face or whatever. Like, I remember when I was a child, I got hit in the face with a baseball bat. And I remember hitting my head like on a satellite dish. So I don't know if that, you know, is what caused me to have trigeminal neuralgia. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I've been dealing with. And so, yeah, usually people have facial trauma. And what happens is your nerves tend to fire off at the wrong time. So it's like, you know, the nerves in my face, I have no control over, and it fires off at the wrong time. Like, and it's different things that triggers the facial pain or the nerve pain. It can be like hot and cold foods. So like the other day I was eating some hot soup and I noticed like, oh man, you know, the pain, I noticed it here. If I'm drinking, it don't really happen when I drink cold stuff, but if I was to eat, you know, like fruits or something, sometime it'll fire it off. And when that pain hit, it hits, y'all, like, oh, it's so painful. And like, it's incurable. Yeah, so the doctors, you know, they said it's incurable. It's a disease that unfortunately it lasts a lifetime. You have episodes where, you know, you do have flare-ups. So this year, like I said, it started March, I believe, and it's been ongoing. And it really got bad over my summer break from school. I do work in the school system. And so it was like, you know, I thought I was going to be living my best life over the summertime. But when that flare up hit, like, all I could do a lot of days was just lay down, lay on the couch or lay in the bed, because like the pain, it would be just ongoing. And I was prescribed Trileptal. And Trileptal it has different uses. I know some people use it for mood disorders. Some people use it for seizure disorders. But anyway, it's used to help me manage my pain and everything. And I will say it's been helpful, you know. But sometimes, you know, when I'm dealing with a cold, like recently I had a cold. And I noticed the cold kind of caused that flare up in my face. And I mean, again, it's a very sharp pain. Sometimes it hurt to talk. You know, just the simplest stuff that we take for granted every day is painful, you know, for people like me. And the thing about it, about trigeminal neuralgia, y'all, is that people commit suicide behind this disease because it's so painful. I mean, they describe it as lightning striking through your face. And yeah, I mean, because it's so sharp. And when the pain hit my face, it lasts maybe like, I'd say it probably lasts like 30 seconds or, I don't know, 20 seconds. Heck, it's long enough, I'll put it that way. But anyway, so of course I'm a woman of faith, and I just tell people that, yeah, trigeminal neuralgia is incurable, you know, according to scientists, according to the doctors, according to man. But, you know, I serve a God who is able to heal me from all diseases. And so I'm just, you know, proclaiming that one day I will be made whole. I will be healed, you know, where I don't have to worry about any flare-ups anymore. And that's the only thing that I have to lean and depend on, because the Trileptal, it does help, you know, it does soothe the pain, but that's only temporarily. If I miss one dose, because I'm supposed to take it twice a day, and if I miss one dose, I'm going to notice it because that pain is just going to be so real, you know. But anyway, so I said all that to say this. That was just one of the things that I was battling, you know, for so long. And of course it hurts to talk. And I mean, I can't, if it hurt to talk, there's no way I could do a video for 20 minutes long. So that's just some of what I've been going through. I was definitely going through other health issues, and you know, that was really my valley. Going through those health issues, that was really my valley. And but I just knew that God still had a purpose, you know, for my life in the midst of me going through my valley. And you know, it's like I couldn't see it right then, but I just knew that this is not it. Like, God have so much more for my life. All I had to do was just hang on in there and just believe his word and take him at his word, you know. And so he allowed me to go through that. And I'm going through this, you know, because it's not over, but I'm going through this for a reason. And a lot of people did not know, because I'm not the type to tell people stuff to, you know, I just don't want people to feel bad for me and have a pity party. Like, that's just not who I am. But people that was closest to me, they knew what I was going through. But yeah, so that's just one mountain that I had to endure over the summertime, and that's why I wasn't posting. But so when I was at the doctor, you know, we talked about my health, you know, overall. And of course, with health issues, you know, a lot of reasons why I was dealing with health issues is because of my weight, right? And that was, it's like, you know, hearing the doctors go over my lab work and my numbers, it was like I had no motivation at the time to really, you know, make changes to my eating habits or to work out, because it's like, dude, my face is hurting. You know, how in the world I barely liked it to eat anyway sometime because it hurt. You know, like it hurt to chew on my left side. So that was like, you know, caused me not to want to eat sometimes. Or if I did eat, I ate whatever I wanted to eat. And working out, child, that was just, my mind was far away from working out. And but I will say that it was one specific day. It was June the 19th. That was on Juneteenth and Father's Day. Me and my family took a picture. We went out to eat at Longhorn, and we was outside. We took a picture, a family picture. And y'all, I'll say that sometimes I think that we see ourselves, but we really don't see ourselves for real, you know? And, you know, after we took that picture, I happened to look at it. My sister sent it to our phone, and I happened to look at the picture, and I looked at myself, and I was like, I look like this, you know? Like, I'm looking at myself, and I'm like, I look like this? You know, I had done been to the doctor. We talked about how much weight I need to lose and all this and that. And it's like that didn't motivate me. But y'all, when I sat down and looked at that picture, that did it for me. Because I was like, I look like that? You know, that's all I could say to myself. And I began to have all of these, you know, negative, self-deprecating thoughts about myself. You know, just beat myself up, right? But the key thing is I did not stay there. You know, I did not dwell in those self-deprecating thoughts. I did not dwell on, you know, just, you know, I just didn't stay there, right? But the same day, I made up in my mind that I'm not gonna continue to look like this. You know, I got to do something about it. So, of course, we know change come with time, and it's a process. So what I did was I began to walk, you know, just walk around. as a form of exercising. And once I felt good about that, I was like, okay, well, let me get back in the gym. So I did. I got back in the gym, and I was just staying for like 15 to 30 minutes at a time, because I'm like, you can't push yourself. And sometimes, like, when I do too much, like physical activities, it causes that trigeminal neuralgia to flare up. So I knew I couldn't push myself too much, right? And so I was asking the people at the gym, I'm like, do y'all have personal trainers? And they was like, well, we waiting on one, we waiting on a personal trainer. And like weeks went by, and I'm like, do y'all have a personal trainer? They would tell me the same thing. I'm like, listen, I got to do something. So I wound up going to a different gym in town, and it was like, I was going, as a visitor. So I would do like Zumba classes, and, I would have so much fun. And I remember doing like a yoga class, and that was challenging because they want you to, like jump to the front of the mat, and honey, I wasn't in shape to be trying to jump to the front of nobody's mat, like, so like I would feel embarrassed sometimes, but I kept pushing, just kept pushing. And I remember going to I think it was called Booty, Butts, and Thighs or something like that, and it was like a class for like intermediate people, people that was used to working out. But they try to encourage everybody to come. So I went to that class, y'all, and I felt like I was gonna die, because I was like, it was a lot for me, because I wasn't used to all that stuff they was doing. Like, come on now. And but the key is I did not give up. I did the best I could. Everybody else, that was excelling. But even I have a takeaway for that scenario. You cannot compare yourself to anybody else, because we are all on this journey. Everybody, I had to tell myself, everybody in that class is on, have similar goals. Like, we try to be healthy or be fit or whatever the case is. Like, we all have, these goals to get healthy. So I couldn't compare myself to other people. And I just want to say that to y'all. Like, if you are on this health and fitness journey, can't compare yourself to anybody else. But I'm going to get to that later. So, yeah, I would go to these classes, and I was enjoying myself. The people was nice, like, the instructors and everything. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and join. So I joined, and, oh, man, and they actually had personal trainers. And this one young man, he trained me for about a month or so. And, like, I was already starting to see, I wasn't seeing results. People around me was starting to see results. And he even told me himself, my former personal trainer, he told me, he said, you and another client, y'all have made the biggest transformation like I've seen. I was like, what? And so it was a lot of days, y'all, I was new to it. So a lot of days I didn't feel like showing up, but because after hearing him say that just pushed me, to go further, that pushed me to want to keep going. Because at the time I didn't see, the change or the results. I knew I was feeling, more energized, but I didn't really, see the results, because, I don't know. I think sometimes we see ourselves differently than other people see us. And so I kept going, and then one day he told me, he said, this weekend I'm moving. And I'm like, you doing what? Like, I done bragged on you, to my family and friends, and just telling them how awesome you is, and you talking about you leaving me. But he was like, he had somebody else that would take over. And thank God for my new personal trainer, because that young lady, she is like heaven sent. And, she pushes me. She is dedicated. She really, just really encouraging all together. And I've been training all together from I think July up until now is November 2022. So it's only been what, 5 months, if that. But it has been tremendous changes, and I will be posting my thumbnail so y'all will see the change for yourself. And even if you go back and look at my old videos, you can probably see a big difference, like how I look now versus how I look then. And but like when I go to work, I hear people say, like, they have to do a double take. They're like, wait, Gabby, that's you? I'm like, yeah, and it's like, they like, I don't really notice you. And they say, you lost so much weight. And I'm like, well, I appreciate it. They say, do you feel better? Yes. Like, I feel so much better. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I have so much more energy now. Mental health has improved a whole lot. I have my bad days, don't get me wrong now. Life is not perfect. Just because you become healthier and fit, you don't, some stuff ain't just gonna go away now. I'm not even gonna lie and tell y'all that. But I have noticed differences, in just with how I feel externally, and as well as, internally. Exercising, and when you clean up your eating habits, it makes a world of difference. I forgot to share something with y'all though. As far as going to the doctor, they put me on something called Ozempic injections. And what Ozempic injections is used for is for people with type 2 diabetes, or it could be type 1 diabetes. I don't know. People that have diabetes and people that just want to, have weight loss, lose weight or whatever. So it's used primarily for those two reasons. And the thing about it, Ozempic, I stayed on that for like a month. And I was nauseous and sick to my stomach some days. And it's like, it was a weekly injection. So I would give myself an injection in my stomach once a week. And I was at 0.25 milligram. I think the highest you can go is 1 milligram, but I never made it to 0.5 milligram. I didn't make it to 1 milligram because, heck, 0.25 milligram had me darn sick to the stomach. So I was nauseous, and there were times I had to miss work. And I was like, And like, everybody was telling me to get off of that medicine, girl. You don't need that. Just lose weight the natural way, And that was being, that was telling me what they thought was best for me. But I was so determined. I'm like, listen, y'all ain't in my shoes, okay? I'm trying to drop this weight, okay? Because it's like, when you sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're desperate. Like, I was desperate, you know what I'm saying? So I was willing to do anything. Well, I wasn't willing to do anything, but you know what I'm saying? Anything that the doctor recommend, I was willing to do it. You know what I mean? And with that Ozempic, what it does is it curbs your appetite tremendously. And y'all can do the research on that, because as far as like the scientific piece, I don't know how to explain that. But I do know that it helps curb your appetite for real. And like your stomach start to shrink because you're not eating as much as you used to. And my thing was, if it didn't have grease on it, I didn't want it, okay? Like chicken, that's my go-to. I love chicken. So my thing is, I love Zaxby's wings and fries, so I would do that a lot. But with that Ozempic, that thing, and I believe that's why I could have been sick too, is like greasy foods. And if you eat the wrong foods, it's like that made me nauseous and everything. But so yeah, I got on that for about a month, and I was like, I started listening to people, and they was like, get off of that. I'm like, okay, yeah, because I'm tired of being sick at this point. It's like it was curbing my appetite for real, but I was sick. So I stopped it myself, and I did let the doctor know that, hey, I can't take this here because, it's not working. Well, I mean, it was working, but I was sick to the stomach. And so I just started, cleaning up my appetite. Cleaning up my eating habits. Um, I don't encourage people to like just stop eating what you're eating, because I feel like when you do that, you're gonna go through withdrawals and you're gonna start back, eating what you used to all the time. The best advice I can give on that part is to be considerate of how much you're taking in. Like, for example, with Zaxby's, I could eat it every day, but after that, I start eating it maybe like maybe once a week, if that. And I started going to like grilled chicken because, like I said, I'm a huge chicken eater. So I would do like the grilled chicken salad. I think it's called grilled Cobb salad from Zaxby's, or I would do the grilled chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. It was stuff like that. And I still, like I said, I was, still eating what I wanted sometimes, but I just had to be mindful of how much I'm taking in. Like, I couldn't eat it every day or every other day. You know what I mean? Because what they told me at the gym is that you can't necessarily, have a bad diet and think that you're just gonna work it off all the time, because weight loss is 80% of what you eat, and then like 20% is like in the gym or whatever. So you can eat what you want to eat, like 20%. Like, for example, if I like skins, I do like skins, and so if I eat skins today, I can't have no more skins till next week or something like that. Or if I have skins, I don't need to drink no soda or whatever. So you just have to be strategic in what you're eating. And my thing is, like, I went for being impulsive, because like when I got off from work, I'd be like, okay, going to Zaxby's. I ain't cooking, because I ain't like to cook now. So it's like when I got off from work, I just knew I was going to KFC or Zaxby's. But my mindset started to change because, I have people in my corner who, very supportive, and they help me accountable. Like, I got my personal trainer, and then I have people like from my insurance company, family, friends, So when I got off from work, I had to like literally think, okay, what I'm gonna eat? Salad or fruit? Because see, I'm a fruit eater as well. So like sometimes I go to Publix and get those fruit bowls. I wish I had it. I could show y'all. But like it'd be like watermelon, like cut up watermelon, cut up honeydew melon, grapes, strawberries, and it'd be like already cut up in a bowl. So for me, that can be breakfast. And I increased my water goals because let me show y'all. Hold on. Okay, so this big thing is 64 ounces, right? That's a lot of water. I don't care, especially somebody starting out. That's a lot of water. So my thing is I don't try to force myself to drink the whole thing in one day. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I may do it, and sometimes I may not, go through the whole thing in one day. But I would still praise myself for at least getting halfway. You know what I mean? And that's something too that's a part of this journey, is you can't expect to go from 0 to 100, because it doesn't work like that. And that's where I messed up at, because I had the mindset like I gotta take everything away, and I used to beat myself up, but it's like, people started, my personal trainer, my boyfriend, like they started telling me that you can have grace with yourself. Like, you don't have to just not have what you don't want, and you don't beat yourself up about it. So that's something I've learned recently, and it's been a journey. I used to think that losing weight was like real hard, but it makes a difference when you have support, because like me, I couldn't really be dedicated to go to a gym and lift weights or do weight training and cardio and get on those different machines, because heck, I ain't really know how to use the machines for real like that, But it took having a personal trainer, and it's like, yeah, it's costly now. You know, it is costly, but it's worth it because I realized that you only get one life, and you know, I feel as if, you know, I deserve to be happy for real. You know, I wasn't happy with how I looked on that picture, June the 19th, 2022. I was not happy about it. So instead of me just dwelling in my low place, you know, in my valley, I decided to put forth a plan of action. You know what I mean? And it's not easy. I wouldn't tell you it's easy, but I will say that it makes a difference when you have people in your corner for real. So, like for me, I have my personal trainer, my boyfriend, friends, family, my insurance company, and you know, just everybody that's a part of my life. And you got to have positive people in your life, people that want to see you grow, people that want to see you evolve. And if you don't have that, then I mean, shoot, reach out to me, because I mean, I'll be happy to, you know, support in any way I can. I may not can reach you physically, but I'm just an email away. I'm just a phone call away, or text away, or video chat away. You know, just let me know, and I can point you in the right direction. Because when I first really started this journey, it was 2020, because I was diagnosed, you know, with a certain illness. And that caused me to want to make some changes with the diagnosis, which I'm not quite ready to talk about yet. But anyway, so when I first started out, you know, I had people to help me, but I feel as if I, I I will say this, because I'm not trying to make anybody look bad, but there is no one size fit all. Like, people tell you to meal prep, meal prep, meal prep. But for me, I mean, I guess it could be beneficial to some people, but that's not something that I really like to do, because my taste buds change from moment to moment. You know what I mean? Like today, I thought I was gonna eat shrimp and mushrooms, but I actually ate some chicken wings and sweet potato fries, and that was air fried. So that's actually healthy. It was good for me, and oh boy, it's good. So, you know, I'm not really a meal prepping type of person. Whatever I feel like eating, I just go to the store, or I go stop at the restaurant and eat it, you know. But it helps. It works for some people. For me, I just don't really like to do that. And I'm not a big cook either. But I learned that you can be creative. Like, for example, I spoke, and I had a dietitian in my corner too, y'all. I had a dietitian, exercise physiologist, everybody. And the dietitian, she told me to take, like, all right, so I like to eat broccoli and sweet potatoes and mushrooms. So what I would do is get like a long sheet pan and put, of course, put the vegetables on aluminum foil, and put like olive oil, and I season it the way I want to season it. Put it in the oven for like 30-35 minutes, and boom, like, you know, that's my meal. But see, I know everybody is not going to be satisfied with just vegetables, right? So that's why I say you got to figure out like what you like. Like, my go-to vegetable was like broccoli, or I like to do celery and carrots. But you know, so you just really have to find what work out for you. But yeah, I feel like I done did a lot of talking. I feel as if I covered the main points. So if you didn't get nothing else out of this video, just know that when you start this health and fitness journey, you don't know how long it's gonna take. And you know, that's what helped me, because I'm like, I didn't really think I would have this big of a transformation in 3 months. Like, oh my God, like, it's still mind-blowing, because I just always thought it would take a while, you know, because that's what I had programmed my mind to think. Like, it's gonna take a minute. And but no, it took me like 3 months, you know, just to really see great results. It was probably earlier than that, but I just remember from June to September is when I really start seeing results for real. But like I say, other people, I think they start noticing before. But now, you know, it's a huge difference, and y'all gonna see on my thumbnail. But yeah, the takeaway from this video is when you start your journey, you can't let people tell you like what to do. I mean, I'm just giving y'all my perspective and my experience. But don't feel like you have to do it. You have to lose the weight or get healthy like person A or person B, because they don't work like that. Another thing is you're gonna have some bad days, because even when I go to the gym, I've been hitting it for 5 months now, and there is some days where I am dog tired from the gym. I mean, from working, because I do work a full-time job and I had a part-time job, you know, and so it's some days where I really don't be feeling like going to the gym. But my personal trainer, she told me, she said it's not about motivation, because you ain't gonna feel like it, but she said it's about discipline. And she said the fact that you show up, you know, it speaks a lot. And she said with anything that you do, just be intentional about it. And I really, oh man, that thing just hit. Oh God, it just hit. Because it's true. You're not gonna feel like it, but if you show up, and you may not start out in the gym like I did. I'm not even telling y'all to go to the gym. Like, even if it take you turning on YouTube and finding a yoga video or some type of beginner video, like with working out, start there, because you in the comfort of your own home, you know, and you can have on whatever you want to have on, and you know, you start from there, because you don't even have to leave the house. But for me, it started with me walking. But again, whatever floats your boat. I can't tell you where to start, but I would just say start where you want to start at and go from there. Like I say, you don't go from 0 to 100 overnight. And but yeah, don't give up, and just have people in your corner that you know is gonna hold you accountable. Associate yourself with people who have similar goals as you. And you can even use self-affirmations for yourself. And you don't have to start out with a 64-ounce water bottle. They have 20 ounces. They probably have like 16 ounces. So start out like that, because I know a lot of people say they don't like water. And I'm like, huh? But anyway, even if you have to start out with a cup of water, you know, just start somewhere. And be intentional about it. Like my trainer told me, be intentional about what you're doing, because that's what's going to help keep you going. And yeah, so that's pretty much been my story, my experiences over the past few months. And I'm going to try to be more consistent with my posting. And if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I'm going to start posting some of the meals I eat, some, you know, just inspiring, positive stuff, because I just stopped posting for a while, but I want to get back into it, because what I'm having to keep telling myself is that I'm inspiring people. I share my story with a lot of folks in person, but I didn't get a chance to like share it with my virtual friends or whatever, my followers. You know, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for listening. If you made it this far in the video, give yourself a pat on the back. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting on? Like, for real. So if this video has inspired you, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, comment, and share the video with somebody else, because I'm sure we all know people that have health issues. We all know people that have, they on a journey to health and fitness. So go ahead and share with them, baby. And until next time, peace, blessings, and love to y'all. And I hope to see y'all soon. Bye.